If you are somewhat new to this channel, King Crusoe II, I like to do some relatively relaxed Let's Play videos. I don't get too crazy with these most of the time, as I frankly don't love editing my own Let's Play videos, but I enjoy playing games and putting them on the channel. A couple years back, I posted on here several of my old Let's Play videos that I had done like several years ago on my main channel, King Crusoe. Following these, I did a couple of new Let's Play videos on this channel that have only ever been on this channel, and a couple of those have been done with a friend of mine named Josh. Recently, I finished posting my Remnant 2 first co-op run with Josh, so we went through and played the game for the first time. That run was itself a couple years old by the time it finally started posting, which was, definitely not a great thing on my part, but that is how things went down. But then after that, just this month in July of 2025, I did a random 2-part Let's Play of a pretty janky and frankly really bad game that I love from my childhood. That's called Jurassic the Hunted. You can check out those videos, either link down below or probably in an iCard, like over whichever direction. That way, it's kind of hard when my camera's reversed. So, it's hard to actually point the right direction sometimes. Either way, it is now time to do another Let's Play. So starting next Friday on August 1st, 2025, will be a Let's Play of Final Fantasy 1, a game that I first played a few years ago and wanted to experience again, and also to get some footage for, to be able to talk about in videos a little bit more substantively. I'm looking forward to that Let's Play. I'm looking forward to those videos posting, and I hope that you are too upon hearing that. At the time of recording this, I'm unsure exactly how many videos that Let's Play will take, but I'm predicting it'll probably be, a few months or something like that, depending on, how long I make the average video and how much I actually get through and how much of like leveling stuff I do and therefore decide to cut out, depends on how things go, but it'll probably take a few months. But if you love Let's Play videos to really any degree, if you enjoy watching them to any degree, I would love your input on what game or games you think I should prioritize playing after the Final Fantasy Let's Play is done. You can see in the video description and in the pinned comment of this video a Google form that will allow you to vote on this topic. So in that Google form, there are 2 sections of voting available to you. The first one of those sections is for recorded Let's Plays, which is the type of Let's Play that I've done so far all the way up on this channel. Pre-recorded stuff, edited them to some degree, some of them very lightly, some of them a little bit more heavily, and posted on the channel here. You can select in this section of the poll up to 4 of the 8 following titles that you would like me to record for a Let's Play. Those 8 titles are Alan Wake Remastered, BioShock 2 Remastered, Dark Souls Remastered, Dead Space Remake, Final Fantasy 2 in the Pixel Remaster, following the Final Fantasy 1 Let's Play, Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, which will come with the caveat that would come after 358 over 2 days, whatever that's called. I'd need to do that first. I need to watch through that with Josh first before I get to Birth by Sleep, but this is voting. If you want Birth by Sleep to be the next thing that Josh and I do after that, you can vote for Need for Speed Carbon, and then also Resident Evil 4 Remake. So those are the 8 options, and just know that those 8 options are not organized by any, preference on my end. They're organized alphabetically, so, that's how that goes. I obviously do have my own preferences for which of these I would like to get to earlier, or what I would like to prioritize for a Let's Play, but I will be weighing, obviously, the votes heavily, and I will be weighing my own preferences in accordance with those, see kind of how things go, if there's very strong reaction towards one particular game or another, and whether I should play for those. These games I'm most likely to record Let's Plays for, if I record Let's Plays at all, as opposed to live streaming. These are ones that I would prefer to just play myself and not be on a live stream for. Speaking of live stream gaming, the other section available for voting on that Google form is live stream stuff. Games that I would be a little bit more comfortable learning to stream semi-regularly with, games that would make a little bit better for the long form, more casual nature of live streams, games that I don't really want to bother with, making into multi-part series, because certain recordings that I'll do will end up multiple hours long that I have to split up and editing into like 2 or 3 hour long pieces, or whatever the case may be. Live streaming would be a little bit more relaxed because you can do the live stream and then whatever ends up with that, and those VODs would still be available later. You don't have to worry about being there for the live stream. They would just be live streamed anyway, so that I don't have to edit them later, that kind of thing. So even if the VODs of said streams were, longer than my typical Let's Play videos, they'd still be public on this channel over here. You wouldn't have to watch that live stream, like I said, if you don't want to. And of course, some of these might end up being recorded Let's Plays instead. This is just the section where I decided to list the following 8 titles, which again, you can vote up to 4 on. Diablo 2 Resurrected, Evil West, Final Fantasy 16 on the New Game Plus Final Fantasy mode, Ghost of Tsushima, God of War 2018, Grime, Definitive Edition specifically on PC, Star Wars The Old Republic, the 8 campaign stories for that, because I would never record a Let's Play for this game, but I do want to play the stories nonetheless, and The Last of Us Part 1, my favorite game of all time, and one that I've played like 13 times already. Bear in mind that aside from these 8 offerings, I'm also likely to play a little bit more Remnant 2 stuff for live streaming, just kind of solo running adventure mode things, just trying to collect basically as much of the game's stuff as I can, just for the fun of it, because I really love that game. So you might be asking at this point, how long will this poll actually run? Well, I'm going to keep this particular version of the poll up, collecting responses probably until the end of the Final Fantasy 1 Let's Play, so likely a couple of months or so. Like I said, I'm not entirely sure how long that Let's Play will take, so it'll kind of depend on that, but the hope is that with a couple of months of being open and including it with all of those Let's Play videos there, that more eyes would end up on that. Theoretically, more votes would be able to come in as a result, and that's something I'm interested in collecting over a longer period of time. But again, that's at least the hope. So, like I said before at the beginning of this, if you enjoy Let's Plays, if you enjoy watching Let's Plays or participating in Let's Plays live, for example, to really any degree, and or people who like watching them to any degree, whether casually or whatever the case may be, share that Google form with them, maybe even share this video with them. I'd love to do more Let's Plays and also start live streaming here at some point in the near future. And if I'm playing a game or two that a handful more people are interested in, I think that'll go a decent way for growth of the channel and the community. So that's something that I'm looking to do. Either way, thank you guys for watching this video. Like I said, next Friday, the 1st of August, will be the start of the Final Fantasy 1 Let's Play. In the meantime, I have another episode of Music Mania coming out on Monday, talking about some of my favorite music releases of this month in July. Plus my regular book content on the main channel next week. Main channel is linked in the description below and in the end card of this video. For now, I have been your host, King Crusoe. You can call me KC, and I hope to see you guys over there in whichever videos you're interested in checking out next.